In one of the most emotional and unforgettable gatherings the music world has seen in years, the funeral of beloved singer-songwriter Todd Snider became a breathtaking blend of sorrow, love, shock, and deep reflection. As fans, family members, friends, and fellow artists poured into the venue to honor the life of a man whose music shaped generations and whose soul touched countless hearts. From the very beginning, the entire atmosphere felt heavy with grief, yet glowing with gratitude, as people whispered stories of Todd's legendary humor, his honesty, his struggles, and his unmatched ability to capture life's deepest truths. In the simplest of words, fans cried softly as photos of Todd flashed across screens. Images from his early days on stage, his iconic tours, his intimate acoustic performances, and those quiet, personal moments where he sat alone with his guitar, crafting the lyrics that would one day become lifelines for listeners around the world. The room was filled with musicians whose careers Todd had inspired, people who had toured with him, laughed with him, cried with him, and leaned on him when the industry became too overwhelming. But the most powerful and heart-wrenching moment of the ceremony came when Elizabeth Cook, Todd's close friend, collaborator, and someone who deeply understood both his brilliance and his battles, stepped forward to deliver a tribute that instantly silenced the entire room. Her hands trembled as she held the microphone, her eyes red from tears as she looked out at the crowd before taking a deep breath and beginning to speak. She recounted the late-night conversations she shared with Todd about life, pain, love, and music, conversations that often lasted until sunrise. She spoke about his generosity, how he lifted up struggling artists, how he used humor to hide his own struggles, and how he always showed up for the people he cared about, even when he was going through storms of his own. The crowd was already emotional, but when Elizabeth began performing one of Todd's most intimate songs, a wave of grief swept through the entire room. Her voice cracked with every line, yet she continued, pouring every ounce of pain and love into her performance. Some people couldn't hold back their tears, others hugged the person beside them, and some closed their eyes, letting Elizabeth's voice pull them into the memories Todd left behind. It was a moment so powerful that many described it as the exact point where the entire room truly felt Todd's spirit, as if the music he lived for was guiding one final message of love and farewell. After Elizabeth's stunning tribute, iconic musicians like Jason Isbell, Amanda Shires, and members of Todd's musical family stepped forward and shared their own stories of road trips filled with laughter, backstage moments where Todd cracked jokes to calm nerves, songwriting sessions where his genius shone brighter than anyone else, and the quiet nights where he struggled silently with the weight he carried. Outside the venue, crowds of fans gathered with candles glowing in the night, singing Todd's songs together like a massive choir of strangers bound by the same pain. Many held posters with his lyrics, while others shared memories of how Todd's music helped them survive heartbreaks, addictions, loneliness, and some of the darkest chapters of their lives. His songs weren't just songs, they were therapy, they were guidance, they were the voice that understood people when no one else did. Across social media, thousands of heartfelt tributes flooded timelines. Artists sharing photos, fans posting emotional videos, radio stations replaying Todd's classics, and people from around the world coming together to celebrate a man who never chased fame, but instead chased truth. The world realized that Todd Snider wasn't just a musician. He was a storyteller with a rare gift, a compassionate soul who made people feel seen, and a legend who leaves behind a legacy that will continue to shape music for generations. Elizabeth Cook's tribute, already being called one of the most stunning musical farewells in recent history, perfectly captured Todd's spirit: raw, funny, fragile, brilliant, and beautifully human. Though Todd Snider may be gone, his music, his humor, his truth, his heart, and the countless lives he touched will continue to echo forever, reminding us all to be honest, to live boldly, to laugh loudly, and to never stop telling our stories through whatever art we have.